everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Fashion Grunge podcast. I'm your host, Lauren, and today I've got Mike with me.
Back.
Hey, what's up? I'm so
Hey.
excited for this one. We're recording this on the 4th of July. I'm aiming to put this up, I guess, maybe tonight. I don't know if people are going to be out or doing whatever the fuck, but maybe tomorrow because it's Saturday. But we're doing I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I love this movie.
1997 because it takes place on this day.
It takes place on the 4th of July.
Yeah, and I thought about it yesterday, and I was like, oh shit, it's like actually the same day. Why don't we do that one tomorrow? Like,
why not? I mean, it makes sense. I couldn't think of another horror movie. Well, no, Independence Day, but that's not really a horror movie.
yeah, that's like what is that, like Alien?
Just Alien.
Alien overtaking.
Yeah.
It's another great fucking movie. That classic. The second one was garbage.
I had high hopes for it, and just
It sucked.
It blew. Yeah.
There's just two, right? They didn't do a third.
There's two, but it's rumored, I believe, to be a third one.
Oh god, no.
I could be wrong.
The new Jurassic Park, I'm kind of excited for because Jeff Goldblum and
They're all back,
yeah. Right? Okay, so that I'm hoping. Let's hope that's not horrible. The last Jurassic Park was terrible. The first Jurassic World was great.
It was amazing. We all saw that with Charles, right?
Yeah. We saw that one. That one was great. Like, I think I saw that twice, like in the theater, like, which I don't do now. But yeah, it's good.
I just want more compies and pterodactyls.
Mm-hmm. And that weird water one, like Mosasaurus or whatever. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Like, destroyed everything. Like anything that came around just like came up and got the huge one they were like trying to fight just like came up off of like in the water and just dragged it in. I was like, okay.
There's like I don't know if you've noticed on YouTube, it was maybe last year or something, teasing the new one that's gonna eventually come out. There's like these little 5-minute movies of different scenarios with dinosaurs and everything. So you think it's the movie, but it's just like these little side.
It's
adventures.
real though?
Yeah, I mean, like they filmed it and all and everything. Like, yeah, it's
wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I think they have one. They have one with like the Stegosaurus, like hunting the campgrounds with a family in a trailer and everything. Yeah, it's
for the one that's coming out. The one that's gonna come out. So have they filmed it yet?
The actual movie. I don't know.
Oh, it's just like other scene. Like
it's just other like random. Yeah.
Oh,
okay. It has nothing to do with the actual movie, but it's almost like a teaser that's leading up to the movie. Something like a filler. Something that you guys can watch. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. I'm trying to think. We were just talking about Marvel films because Mike is a huge Marvel nerd. So we can't get like too deep into that rabbit hole because it'll end up being like another thing.
I mean, we could do that with other episodes if you want to, but that could be
so many things.
On. Yeah.
But I'm excited for some Marvel shit that's coming out, hopefully, and like Stranger Things. There's a whole lot of shit that's supposed to be like back filming soon. So
is Stranger Things gonna come out again?
Well, they are in the middle, I think, of season 4 when all this happened. Right, okay. I think they shut down. So I think they're probably going to be one of the first Netflix shows that they're probably going to be like, green light, like we need, like tons of people. Because it usually comes out around this time. It usually comes out around like last year, I think it was like 4th of July because it was like summer. Usually it was like Halloween. I think the first one was like October. It was like fall. And then they waited a whole year and then they came out like the next 4th of July, which I guess was like last summer. And everybody was talking about it like all summer. So I think they were supposed to have it out.
It's such a great show. Like there's really so much stuff that makes sense, but at the same time you're like, wait a minute, what? What in the fuck is going on?
It's super nostalgic. Like, it's cool. You can tell it was made by people our age.
Oh yeah.
Like, that they're like, they just put in all these like the mall they had in like whatever the last season.
Even the fashion is just
it's like so real.
Such a throwback. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, whoa, this is so crazy. But yeah, obviously the first season is like probably the best story wise.
Oh, definitely.
It's like really good, and then they have. I mean, obviously they have to expand the story, but let's get into I Know What You Did Last Summer. I just finished watching it this morning.
I did too.
You did too, right? Not that I haven't seen the movie like a bunch of times, but it's directed by Jim Gillespie. It came out in '97, and it's written by Kevin Williamson, the guy who did like literally everything. Like wrote Scream, wrote Dawson's Creek,
Tingle,
The
Tingle,
Faculty, Cursed. And I think Vampire Diaries right now, as
Mhm.
far as like
Oh,
these
and
days.
Vampire in Brooklyn. No. Yes?
No,
No, he didn't.
that's
Never mind.
no, he didn't, right?
That's right. Sorry. Never mind.
Oh my god, yeah, I think you said that was like one of the Would You Rather's like last time.
That's right.
And apparently this is based on a book by Lois Duncan, a novel.
Yeah, in 1973, loosely based.
Yeah,
I've never actually read it,
I have
so I
not
don't
either.
know.
Planning on it, but uh, so it's not based on like a real thing that happened, which
No, unlike Scream.
yeah, unlike Scream, yeah, which was like definitely a real thing. So, what are your first thoughts about it? Like, when did you first see this movie? And
So I honestly was trying to reflect on that. I don't know if I saw it in the theater or not. I definitely know that I saw the sequel at home. Um,
God,
that was another theatrical release. They have a third one that was a straight to DVD called "I Always Will Know
I
You
know. I was
Did"
gonna say,
or
what is
something.
that one called? Like, I still always know. Like,
Wasn't there a parody? It was like "Shriek If You Know What I Did Last Summer" with like Tiffany Amber Thiessen and
really?
yeah, it was kind of like it went along with those like scary movies, the one with the Wayans brothers, but it was like a one shot.
Oh,
I think it was like
weird.
released on Sci-Fi Network or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, it's like one
yeah,
of
it
those.
wasn't like a theatrical release. Um, but I love this cast. Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Ryan Phillippe, Freddie Prinze Jr., Johnny Galicki. Am I saying
Oh
that
yeah,
right?
Johnny Black.
Anne Heche and Bridget Wilson. Not Brigitte Nielsen, like Flava Flav.
Wait, who is Bridget Wilson? Is she
She's the
Helen's sister?
sister.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Uh,
I'm such a nerd about her because
what is she?
I just realized that she was the teacher in Billy Madison.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, Adam
so
Sandler.
hot. And Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat.
Oh shit, I haven't seen Mortal Kombat. I think I've seen Mortal Kombat once when I was like 14, so I
The
have
fir-
not seen.
the first one was like eh. The second one was awesome because they introduced like a slew of characters that are in the game.
It's like
So
Chun Li. Is
yeah.
Chun Li in it? Oh,
hmm
sweet. Oh,
Oh
I'll have
yeah.
to watch. I like Chun Li.
They made a TV movie, so that could kind of be the third one, but
Oh,
it was like a Chun Li backstory.
oh, okay.
Yeah, because
Cool.
she's such a hot character, like
Yeah, I was
an
gonna say
interesting
it's
character.
pretty popular. Yeah, this does
Um,
have a really great cast. I have to say that. I think I just said like I saw this when it first came out. I don't remember how. I don't remember. I don't think I saw it in the theater.
it's so weird. I can't remember. Yeah,
I probably saw it either rented it or like at your house. I feel like because you always had all the scary movies and stuff.
yeah.
I saw like The Ring at your house. I saw what's that other one that came out? Not The Ring. Oh, it was maybe one of the like Blair Witch Project.
Oh, you
Totally
saw it at
saw.
my house?
Yeah, I mean, one of the times I saw it at your house. I don't think I saw it on my own.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I just remember the sequel too. The sequel sucked.
Oh God, Book of Shadows.
hmm
Yeah, that was bad.
I couldn't even
Um,
remember the title.
Book of Shadows. I think it had a good soundtrack. I think like there was like Marilyn Manson or some like industrial shit
Oh,
on
of
there.
course.
It was, like kind of cool.
I mean, you always have your select artists that you want to that whoever's in charge of music puts on in a horror movie or sci-fi movie. It's always like Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, a slew of other like metal
Yeah, we just
happy bands.
yeah, well, we just did. Me and Jai just did an episode on The Crow, and like for so much of it, we were talking about the soundtrack, and like that was another soundtrack that's just fucking
Such a
so
good soundtrack.
so good. Like the Nine Inch Nails Joy Division cover, and like the Henry Rollins fucking Rage Against the Machine, like, and then
Mm-hmm.
it had like My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult, and like it just had like all this suit and like helmet and stuff like that, and had all this like sick metal and like industrial on that soundtrack, which was like even better. This one has a good soundtrack, but I feel like it wasn't as utilized as Scream.
Oh, definitely not. No,
Like Scream had like you knew the songs in there, like were used in the movie more. I think this one just had that like Hush, that Kula Shaker song, which was played
I
like
freaking love that song. Yeah,
it's played like two or three times. And the first, I love the opening song that Seals and Crofts cover, Summer Breeze.
isn't
But
that
it's like it's
isn't
weird.
that the original band?
No, because the original band is like Seals and Crofts from like the
Oh,
70s.
that is the original band. That's right. And then this one is covered
This
by
one is a cover, yeah.
Typo
It's from
Negative.
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's kind of cool. Yeah, but I really like that. But I feel like the songs on the soundtrack are just not like displayed in the film all that
They're
much.
not methodically like used like
Yeah.
Scream or Disturbing Behavior.
Yeah, exactly. But it's
Yeah.
good. Like this is another like good soundtrack. This cast is so good. I just have like Sarah Michelle Gellar. When was this? So was this after
Nine,
Buffy
it was
season
during
one?
because 97 because she still, and this is gonna sound awful, but she still had her old nose.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But her hair was very season two Buffy. When
Yes.
it was after it was cut, I was like, wait, is this between seasons one and two? Because I think it
I
is.
think so.
I think this is between one and two, and then in
Yeah, because it
two,
started in 96.
the show did.
Yeah, I think.
Oh shit! Okay,
I
and they
think
might
so.
have
Yeah.
filmed it a long time ago. I feel like they probably filmed it like before it got on air. They had to like sell it or whatever.
I mean, well, this was also a movie apparently that Kevin Williamson still had like under his belt a while ago, kind of like what I was telling you about Mrs. Tingle
Oh yeah,
with
that's
Scream.
right.
Like it just
Yeah.
never came to light until after Scream. So
Yeah, because Scream obviously like I guess he got like they were like, oh shit, this was a hit for us. Like what
oh
else you
yeah,
got?
I mean like so Scream kind of like even though as realistic as it is, it was more of a nod to horror movies, and then
Yeah,
this one was just like a nod to like slasher,
like
if that makes sense. Like
Stalker.
just a slasher genre. Yeah.
Yeah. Just have like she's my favorite. Buffy or Helen, her character is my favorite in the film, and she's like one of. I feel like everyone undervalues Sarah Michelle Gellar. She's one of like the greatest like kind of action like heroes. I think like I feel like if she came out a bit later, and she would have been like Marvel movie fucking
I could
ready.
totally see her in a Marvel.
That whole I mean this is one of my like a preview into one of my favorite scenes. That whole scene where she's in the back of that cop car all the way up until her death is incredible.
I
Like
think that
she's
was
like
I have that
she's
as
like
one of
running
my
through
favorites.
that fucking department store. She's running through the street. She's kicking shit out. I was like, this is why she's Buffy, everybody. Like, this is why like Buffy's such a great show because like she's so good at action. She's just so good at like I mean, what's her name? Julie, Jennifer Love
Oh,
Hewitt
Jennifer
has
Love
that
Hewitt.
long one at the end on the boat. Like that's a pretty long sequence of her like outsmarting the killer and like going downstairs and like going through that ice and shit. But for some reason, I just like Helen's so much more because like I love her character. She's always like playing that kind of character.
She's that like really nice but kind of bitchy,
Hmm.
like
I like
snap.
it.
Always has like a snappy comeback or something.
Yeah, like she's so good at that, you know. Like she's so great. And I just have like Jennifer Love Hewitt's a secondary scream queen. She's okay, but like I feel like it's her movie, but I really like Sarah Michelle Gellar in it. Like
So
if I had to pick.
I was reading an article today actually that said I don't know what Jamie Lee Curtis was in at the year that they were filming, but she and Jennifer.
H2O.
Oh, was it H2O?
I don't know. That came out around the same time. I'm gonna look it up.
But
Right,
her and Jennifer Love Hewitt, they became like really good friends, and they were filming so close to each other that Jamie Lee would always go on the set and like give her a hug and be like, "Good luck."
oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Halloween H2O was in '98.
Oh, gotcha.
So they totally could have been filming.
Because they were in a movie together actually. I can't remember what.
Oh, Jamie Lee and
Jamie Lee and Jennifer, yeah.
oh.
But all I did say was back to first impressions was I said kind of cheese, but a nice nod to horror.
Yeah, I wrote hint at urban legend.
Yeah.
Buffy mentions that she wants to be a soap actor when she's on the beach, and she actually was. That was kind of funny. And I wrote like the story was way more complex than Scream. Like overall, I feel like it was very much like a lot of like twists and turns and like fake outs, but in like
Yeah.
a kind of confusing way. I was like, wait, so who the fuck is dead? Like every time I watch it, I'm like, wait, what did Freddie Prinze Jr. Okay, he went to the house. Why? So wait, I have no idea what the fuck.
There were so many loose ends.
It was just like really weird at that point.
Although it was funny because, and this is what they want you to believe, obviously, is I thought Freddie Prinze Jr. was the killer.
Yeah, they always do that.
Because he's so plain, but he's so moody.
So dumb. He's also like really dumb, but we already did that with Billy Loomis. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
are they? But they kind of like alluded to Billy being the killer kind of the whole time. Not really, but like how just weird and creepy he was. And the way they did it with Freddie Prinze Jr. was kind of strange. Like they kind of like led you to him, but then they were like, we're gonna like right turn, and then like now we're gonna go over here. And I was like, wait, okay, so it's not him. And like obviously Ryan Phillippe like thought it was him.
And then I thought at one point, I think at one point I thought it was the sister, but
oh yeah, because she was always like skulking around.
Yeah,
yeah, she totally was. For Ryan Phillippe notes, I have was this his first heartthrob movie? I know he was in White Squall. What was before that he did that everybody was like, oh, Ryan Phillippe.
Not so no. Actually, I don't know.
Oh, was he in Pleasantville?
No, that was Reese.
No, that's
what?
Tobey Maguire, right?
Tobey Maguire, yeah. But Reese and Ryan were dating during this time.
Dating, wow.
They were just dating. You said I think they got married. No, she was pregnant during Cruel Intentions.
Which Buffy, Sarah Michelle Gellar, was also in 2 years later.
I love the reuse of actors, but then they get typecasted as well, so it's kind of like one of those pendulum swings of it's good, but
yeah, I wrote later in Cruel Intentions, and then I wrote Freddie Prinze met Sarah Michelle Gellar on this film, didn't they?
That's right. This is Buffy's first horror film.
No,
right?
Scream 2.
No, Scream 2.
Scream 2, I believe, came out right before this. Right. Oh wait, let's actually double check the date.
Fact check.
Because I'm pretty sure. Yeah. We're real professional here. We're just doing it now. Okay, Scream 2 came out in December of 97. And I believe I Know You Did Last Summer came out in October of the same year. So she was in 2 films. Okay. Yeah, like that's pretty cool. I'm looking to see what Ryan Phillippe was in before this. White Squall, I remember. Yeah.
I unfortunately remember that one.
I think this was his first like like heartthrob movie.
Yeah.
Where they were like, oh shit, Ryan Phillippe, and then I have, let's see, and the urban, they're talking about urban legends, like when they're sitting around. Also, there's all those weird hints of like they say Dawson's Beach. This also is like the pre-archetype of like the Dawson's Creek character, like these like 4 friends. Also, it's written by Kevin Williamson, and then later on they filmed Dawson's Creek in North Carolina, where this is actually taking place. But obviously, that was supposed to be Massachusetts. But from my notes on him, on Kevin Williamson, who the screenwriter is, he was definitely like the Ryan Murphy of the late 90s. Like he was crafting tons of stories. He had all these like horror scripts out, but then he had this intense drama with Dawson's Creek that was a massive hit for anyone who does not know or is younger and doesn't realize how big that show was. Yeah, and he left that show I think in like 99 or 2000 and then ended up like doing other stuff. But and I think he wrote the finale, like the very, very end of it. And cool. Then he wrote, I just have here that he wrote Scream 2 and 4, which is interesting because Scream 3 is pretty weak.
Oh, it's so bad.
And Dawson's Creek, I Know You Did Last Summer, The Faculty, Teaching Mrs. Tingle, and Cursed, which Wes Craven also directed. It's also a pretty good sleeper with Joshua Jackson and Christina Ricci. And it's like a great soundtrack, Eisenberg. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that other woman who's in everything. Was it Judy Greer?
Judy Greer, yeah.
Literally in everything.
So there's this TV series, speaking of Judy Greer, on Hulu, called Into the Dark. And it's all hour and a half long shows centered around holidays, but it's all like horror.
Oh, it's like a Black Mirror type thing.
Yeah.
Where like the episode is like the complete story.
Yeah. So I guess like last month it was like Pet Month or Dog Month or something, Celebrate Your Dog Month. And Judy Greer is in this like horror movie centered around a dog that's kind of like Cujo.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's funny and horrific at the same time.
Damn.
Anyway, side note, but
man, okay, well, you're taking care of behind the scenes on this one, so that's all I have for my first thoughts. So what did you find behind the scenes? I don't think there's that much.
There's not that much, and interestingly enough, not like crazy drama or anything. Yeah. The 4 things I do have is 1, nobody wanted Freddie Prinze Jr. to be part of the movie because he was too quote unquote plain. I don't think that was like an actor thing. It was more like a director, producer because he was
Oh.
so like at the time before they start filming, he was like lanky and really really pasty or something. I don't know.
This is pre She's All That, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he actually like bulked up for the movie.
Bulked up? He wasn't that big.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm quoting.
Really? Wow. I wonder who these people are. Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Two was that so back in I guess 90s there was like these hidden contests for
Mhm.
people that were like, hey, if you want to go see a live screening of something,
Mhm.
contact this number.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember all that.
so they had a contest for this movie of if you were a big fan of somebody in the movie, you could possibly put in a scene or something if you wanted to. So this little girl apparently won, and she was a big fan of Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Uh-huh.
Hence the memorialization of the outside screaming of "What are you waiting for?" Like
Wait,
when she's like, "What are you waiting for?"
really?
Yeah, that was a fan scene contest win.
Oh, wow. So they like wrote the script?
Yeah, they wrote it in there.
Oh, damn. That's pretty legendary because that I think she says in the second film too, right?
It's so crazy because other than having Brandy in there, I can't remember the story.
Oh, I know they go to some fake island,
Yeah,
like they win
because
some
they win a
contest,
contest.
but
Yes,
it's like fake and like it's really like the guy's son or some shit who like died in this one. It's like that guy's son,
that.
or no, or the guy who didn't die or some shit. I don't know,
Oh
but it's
yeah,
like they're like all
I'm gonna have to
die.
watch that. I think it's on Netflix, right?
That's on Hulu
That's on
for
Hulu.
some
That's
odd
right.
reason. Yeah, that one's
That's
on
on
Hulu.
Hulu, but this one isn't. That's
Yeah,
like
it's
yeah.
not. I have like the cheapest, crappiest DVD that like literally you just put it in and it just says like play. Like
Right.
it doesn't even have
It
any
doesn't give
behind
you
the
the
scenes.
options or anything.
No, it doesn't have like behind I got it on Amazon, but it doesn't have any like behind the scenes like anything. Like no options. So I was like, I can't find anything on it.
Oh no. I have two more.
Oh yeah, what else
One
did you
was
find?
Jennifer Love Hewitt was apparently scarred during the filming because every time, well, this is a quote, but like every time she like went to sleep or something, she would be like stalked by the actor that played the Hook guy.
What do you mean?
like like she would always have reoccurring nightmares. Maybe that's why she looked so tired during the damn thing.
Oh, no way. Oh, I thought you meant he really was stalking
No,
her. I was
no,
like,
no, no, no.
whoa.
Because
Oh,
it was
wow.
it said in this article it's like they didn't really get to know the actor who played the guy with the hook, the
I
slicker.
wonder on purpose. I wonder if they
Maybe.
did that
But yeah,
on purpose.
apparently she was like, "No, I was tormented during the whole thing because of my
Wow.
nightmares."
Holy shit, she does look extremely tired
I
all the
mean,
time. Like,
like her screen mother says, "You look like death."
yeah, I wonder if that was like written in. Like
Maybe.
she just walks in
Um,
and she's like, holy shit.
kids, don't get any sleep. This is part of the movie.
Yeah, this is part of the movie. Could you
But then,
imagine? They're like, I need you to not sleep.
but then the last thing. I mean, I already said it, but Reese and Ryan were dating, so she got him into the movie.
That's
But
crazy that she got him into it. Yeah, and she's not in this.
yeah, because like I guess I don't know if it was Kevin Williamson or somebody else that was like, "Hey Reese, who would you suggest?" They actually went to her and was like, "Hey, who do you suggest that we have as what's his name in the movie?"
Barry.
Barry, yeah. And she was like, "Hey, how about this guy?"
Oh, but she was dating him then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's why she's because he was a soap actor. He was like
What was he
Buffy.
in?
He was in, I think, One Life to Live. He played the first gay teenager on daytime
No
TV.
shit.
Ryan Phillippe did. Yeah, uh-huh.
That's awesome.
He and Buffy, or Sam Michelle Gellar, I always just call her Buffy because she just
Mm-hmm.
is. But she was in, I want to say, let me find out. We're so professional here. Just like on All My Children is what she was on. He actually might have been on the same show. So they might have actually known each other because she was on from 93 to like 95. So she was in like 55 episodes. She was in quite a lot. And she won a Daytime Emmy.
Oh, nice.
And Ryan Phillippe he might have also been in All My Children. Oh, One Life to Live.
Damn.
Yeah, and he was like the first gay teenager, I think, on daytime TV.
Oh,
Yeah, he was in 13 episodes in 93.
I remember watching soaps with my mom when I would like quote unquote be sick from school.
Oh, yeah, I would too. I'd watch like Young and the Restless.
Yeah.
Like that
Or
was one I used
what was that other one? Passions with like
Oh my
the
god,
witchy
yeah,
neighbor.
is that with the weird doll?
Yeah,
Is that the one that had
that
that
came to
weird
life.
doll?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was really weird. That was like a new one. It
that
was like one
actor,
like for the 90s.
the actor who played the boy, unfortunately died because I think he had dwarfism.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he died
Oh,
a while ago.
wow.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Man, is that all you have for behind the
but that's
scenes?
all I have for.
I guess there's no drama in this film. We'll just
There's really no drama. Yeah.
I just have like I have some of the plot points. Okay, so this film starts out essentially like with this weird like I guess yeah, you see that guy who like ends up like jumping off that cliff or whatever the hell he does.
Mhm.
And then you actually like open up into like this this pageant and like Buffy is like running for this pageant. She obviously wins, and then they're driving and they're super wasted. Okay, you all seen the film. The crash. Okay, so who do you think? Okay, so Ray hits this guy, right? Ray's driving. Julie's in the front. What's his face? Barry is like through the sunroof, drinking with a bottle of whatever the fuck.
Who didn't
Rum.
do that back in the day?
I did not do this. Not in a car, like with someone driving. Like, no, definitely don't drink and drive, kids. That's
Nope.
a horrible idea. So he like hits him, and it's crazy how he like is out of the sunroof. So he like really hits this guy, and he like gets pretty bloody. Okay, so then there's like this giant cover up. At this point, I'm like, they're all garbage people.
They really
They've all decided to like cover up this murder. And I love how like throughout when I watched it when I was younger, I was just like, oh my God, yeah, like what would you do? Blah blah blah. And as I'm watching it now, like as a grown adult, I'm like, they literally participated in like a hit and run and a murder and are just trying to cover it up. And throughout this entire movie, we're supposed to be on their side when the guy who's after them has every goddamn right to, because you literally left him for dead and are like going about your lives. And he's like, fuck you. Are you crazy? Like, it's really weird to watch it now through a logical lens.
And then out of the four, I think it was like Ryan and Sarah's characters. Like they were the ones that like physically dumped the body.
Yeah.
So out of the four, you're like really mad at them. But
and Freddie Prinze Jr. at one point is like standing there and he's like, or what? Maybe they never find him at all. And like Julie's like, what? And he's like, well, I mean, the current could take him out. And they're like, I can't believe you're thinking about this. They like,
she's probably the only sane one. Yeah.
She's like, oh my God, that's why she's like living with this awful guilt throughout the entire movie, because she like knows what they did is completely wrong, and she like wanted to just call the police. And like, you know, I just said, right, Julie's the only sane one. OMG, they actually dumped the body. Like,
why don't you narc them out?
I know. And then I was like, and then her fucking crown falls into the water because he wakes up. That was a pretty jump scare, though, I have to say. I definitely jumped.
But hey, speaking of priorities, if you want a pageant, wouldn't you want to go down and grab the crown, fuck everything else that's in the lake or ocean, whatever? As long as you have your bling.
I know. Get your boyfriend to do it. Like, he's like, Barry, go get it. I was like, he's gonna do this? Like, what's he doing? I'd be like, fuck no, bitch. We'll buy you a crown. I'm not going in there. That thing just woke up. You want me to dive in here at night?
Hell,
like,
yeah.
Are you crazy? Yeah, she's like, yeah. And then the most problematic scene of all, he like essentially chokes Julie on the side of his car.
I know,
like,
and Freddie doesn't do anything.
Nothing. He's like, hey man, calm down. I'm like, he's choking her, being like, you better not fucking rat me out. You better not rat any of us out. Blah blah blah. I was like, wow, this is a lot. He's like pretty awful. Like, Barry's not cool. Like, Barry's not a good guy, as if you couldn't tell anyway. He's just this giant asshole. Which Ryan Phillippe seems to play pretty well, I have to say. Like,
he really does, because I mean, even in Cruel Intentions and what's that other movie?
Lincoln Lawyer, that one with Matthew McConaughey.
I've seen that one.
Oh, it's good. It's on Netflix. It's pretty like old. It's like 2013. Like, it's not like that old, but he's older in it. But he's like this asshole rich guy. 54. He's kind of a dick.
Oh yeah, he's kind of a dick.
He's super hot though. I guess they just figured that out in this film.
They like to, with all of these like teen horror movies, they like to hire like ridiculously good looking people.
Yeah,
that are like ripped or yeah.
That was literally the draw. I think that Freddie Prinze was kind of like the poor man's Skeet Ulrich Johnny Depp. It was like, we need a guy with like dark hair and we need a guy with blonde hair. So the blonde one is going to be Ryan Phillippe. The dark hair one, we can't get Skeet. He's too big now. And he also, it just would be weird. He looked older, I think, than the rest of them. And they're like, Freddie Prinze.
Yeah. Although, Freddie Prinze, another, I mean, this was, we passed behind the scenes, but he was the only one that was 21.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Everyone was underage. So like wherever they were parked during the night, they would always have these like get-togethers and parties, but like Freddie was the only one that could buy the beer.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
You might hear booms in the background. They're probably setting off fireworks in my alley. So sorry about it.
Yeah, there's going to be fireworks in my neighborhood tonight.
Oh yeah, like you'll probably hear them. They've been happening like all the time, so who knows? I have Julie's the first one to get a letter, the infamous letter. I know what you did last summer. That was kind of strange. And also, why did he kill Max first?
That I don't understand that.
Like, he didn't do anything. He was there. Is that why?
He was just in the way, kind of like every other like movie monster. You're in my way, so I'm gonna kill you.
He could have just pinned it on him.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, yeah, it was really weird. I mean, I didn't dislike the fact that Max was gone, aka Johnny Galecki. But, I mean, it was just kind of weird. I was like, wait, why did he kill him?
He wasn't a bad guy. He was just awkward.
Yeah, he was just weird and, like, liked Julie. Yeah. I was, like, kind of weird about it. And then I have OMG Anne Heche. Wow.
Like, she played the scariest person.
So scary. I thought she did it. Like, right. I was like, this bitch did it. Like, she had the slicker. She's tall.
I mean, she's only in 2-3 scenes, but like,
yeah.
She and I mean, this is down the line, but she and like Ryan Phillippe steal the whole entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
she's literally just like so crazy. I was just like, oh my god,
like this hills have eyes, like you said. Yeah. Like, country bumpkin, short hair.
Yeah. I was like, oh god. Helen's hair getting cut is like the highlight, I think, of like the whole fucking movie.
I would be exactly like her if I had long hair. I'd scream bloody murder.
Yeah, and also, how the fuck did you not feel that in the night? Like, that's what would weird me out. That someone like,
I mean, I'm a light sleeper, but some people are heavy as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty heavy, but I would be more freaked out that someone was that close to me while I was sleeping and managed to do that, and I didn't wake up. Like, even if you're a hard sleeper, you would feel that like that would wake you up.
Yeah, I think so.
I would think so, but I was just like, oh god. Then they kind of make it out to be Freddie Prinze Jr. again throughout the whole movie. And I said, why is Jennifer Love Hewitt wearing like less and less clothing like the longer you see her? Right. It's like at first she looked all slubby, and then in the end when she's like running around like soaking wet, I was like, oh great. Yeah, she has like a half shirt on. And I was like, okay, this is really weird. She had the same thing in the second one where it was like raining. And she's wearing that white shirt, and she's like screaming, like, "What are you waiting for?" Like the same thing she did in the other one. Like, oh my god! And then I was like, "No, Helen!" I love all the notes that I made throughout this. Helen's death scene was just wow. Like it was crazy.
It was a lackluster. I mean, like she was almost there. Like, did like the guy teleport like throughout the hallway?
I know.
And just, like show up right in front of her.
Yeah. I was like, this is unrealistic because Buffy would have kicked the shit out of him. Like,
didn't she like turn around because she heard a boom? I'm like, it's 4th of July. I mean, it's fireworks.
Keep going. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Buffy would know better.
He would have kicked his ass. Like, Buffy would have totally kicked his ass. And then at that point, like Barry's death scene is not all that interesting. He just gets killed in that like theater, but she does see it, which is kind of creepy and scary. And then I just have at the end, Ben Willis has a point. They hit him and left him for dead and dumped the body. Yeah, like I would be pretty pissed. I wrote they're all trash people. The end, like they're literally. And I love how after he quote unquote dies, when Julia has like the face off with him, like everything's fine. She's talking to Ray, and like she's moved on, even though they've still done this.
I get your pain, blah blah blah.
I was like, wow, this is crazy.
But okay, so I don't know where this fits in, but I have a complaint.
Oh yeah, what's the complaint?
At the very end, when Julie's in the towel, and she sees the message on the mirror,
Yeah, I
the
still
city
know.
slicker guy comes through it, which
Yeah.
I don't understand, like some supernatural bullshit, and then has two hands, like human hands.
Oh shit!
Like,
Wow. A
bad
huge.
editing.
Also, isn't the second one kind of end where like her and Ray live together and it's like under the bed? Like she like gets a
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, he like pulls her through under the bed. I was like, wait, so what's happened?
Yeah.
Like, how has she lived? Like maybe that was a dream or something. I
This
don't
was
know
all
how.
in California, right? By the way,
What?
this was all filmed in California, right?
No, it's filmed in North Carolina,
Oh,
like the
North
Outer
Carolina.
Banks.
That's right. Okay.
I think like near Wilmington where they filmed Dawson's Creek.
Those
But
houses
it's
are
very
huge.
Dawson's Creek. Yeah, it's very like Cape Side.
But I love the cinematography of it. I mean,
Yeah, it is really cool. I was gonna say that fits in perfectly. What did you think about like the mood and everything of like where it was?
the mood was. I mean, it was. I loved how it wasn't too bright. It was very misty,
Hmm.
or I said misty anyway.
Yeah, it is.
The only, I mean, this goes in the fashion thing, just because I was trying to be funny, but I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up now. Is that like the only use of like crazy bright color were those
Hmm.
damn two pillows in her mom's house that I hated. They were all like flowered and
Oh
everything.
no way!
And I put it in the fashion section to be funny because I was like, somebody has to do something with those goddamn pillows.
It is all very monochromatic. Everything is all like muted. I wrote that the guys just are a J. Crew catalog, and the girls
Yeah,
are just
right?
muted color, and they're just like not bold at all. It's very like
It's very
small
mute.
town. Yeah, it's very like
But
small town.
but I liked it at the same time. Like it
Yeah,
was
I like it
like
too.
I hated it, but I liked it. Um,
Yeah,
an-
same.
another mood but slash complaint that I had was that it
Mood slash complaint. Okay.
because that's the thing.
Yeah, that's
It
cool.
wasn't too bloody. I think the
Oh,
like
it wasn't. Yeah.
you saw some smears on the face of blood or some beating on Brian Phillippe's face when Helen's sister Elsa gets killed or slashed
Just
in
a
the face.
little bit. Blood's
You see a
expensive,
little.
actually.
Is blood that expensive?
Blood is expensive
Theatrical
on a
blood?
production. Yeah, it actually is. Like, uh, because of the way it's like the way it's made and everything, like, and the blood packs. I bet you they didn't have a huge budget. Did you find out what the budget was for this film?
Mm-mm.
Let's find
I think I
out.
glossed over it.
Yeah, because this film was very. This film, I feel like, was kind of one of those like runaway hits
Yeah.
because it was kind of promoted, but like it fell after Scream 2. Like everyone was talking about Scream.
Yeah.
Like that was like the
That
thing.
trumped all the other like. I
Like
mean,
it
this
didn't
was
matter about. I mean, this was big,
yeah. I
but
mean, it carried over, and with the start of Scream, it recharged the horror genre, which was great.
yeah,
And like,
true.
I Know What You Did Last Summer did the same thing, but not at the same time. I don't know.
$17 million budget.
Okay. That's right.
That's not bad, and also it made 125, so it made a lot.
That's not bad at all. Yeah.
Like it did really well for them. But I think I think this movie basically is more of like a thriller,
Hmm.
a horror film. Because it's like a stalker. Because Scream is like a slasher. Like people just get killed for like no reason. Like and that one is just kind of like the principal in Scream got killed and like the van guy got killed. Like this one is like he's after these specific people for this reason because they are involved in this cover up. Like the only one that I didn't understand was Max. He was the only one that was kind of like non-factor. And also, okay, the sister we get it because he's like in the middle of this rage.
Hmm.
So she is in the way, but Max wasn't in the way really. Like not in when he killed.
That's true. Yeah. If you're comparing him to the sister, yeah.
Yeah, because they're the two that aren't part of like the people who were involved in this cover up. So like they're the only two that are like extemporaneous that I don't really understand why he killed them.
Yeah.
But they were just on the way to his goal. But Max actually makes no sense.
I think his kill was the only one that really made me squeamish because it was like
gross.
the hook inside the bottom of his neck. So
That's how Mekhi Phifer died in the second one. Didn't he die?
Was in the second one too?
Yes, he was Brandy's boyfriend. You gotta watch it.
Yeah, I
I
gotta
know.
watch it.
We're not gonna do an episode on the sequel because it's just not that good. It's like
Yeah.
really bad.
I mean, only if you want to.
No, I don't. I don't want to talk about it for like an hour. Like, I mean, it's more bad than good, but I mean, whatever. It's on Hulu if you really like care about it. But yeah, that is because he gets killed in that resort. Like that one has way more random people to get killed because people like within the resort get killed and stuff.
I just remember the storm lasted forever.
Yeah, like the whole movie is like, oh, there's a storm, surprise, surprise.
Right.
Like every other like abandoned island, not abandoned, but like deserted island. It's always like Jurassic Park.
Was it Bahamas?
It was somewhere like that because they were like, "Oh my god, we won this trip." I was like, "This is sketchy." I was like, "Okay, maybe they did, but that's kind of I don't know how they even set that up."
Yeah,
like because they would have had to call this actual radio number,
right?
And, like, we can't even get into the logics of that one. That one's just crazy.
I really want to go in search of the third one just to see it. I don't know.
2000. It came out in 2006. I'm seeing here from Wikipedia. No, yeah, from Wikipedia.
Apparently, a TV series is going to be on Amazon.
For I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Mm-hmm. I saw that this morning. I forgot to tell you. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I don't know who's in charge of it, but...
The one in 2006, I don't know any of these actors.
That's
Not
the third
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the third one. So, like, I have kind of no interest in seeing that one. You know that horror movie that was, like, about vampires that had, like, Brendan Farr in it? And I think Kerr Smith from Dawson's Creek? Do you remember that movie? I think it was called The Forsaken.
I think I remember seeing the poster for it.
Yeah, it was something like The Forsaken, and it was like an old
Kerr Smith in a vampire movie, really?
I think it was it was like after Dawson's Creek or something.
Yay, Jack.
I don't know. I'll have to look this up, but I was gonna say if it's in the 90s, then I totally want to do it because it had a pretty good cast. It might have been around like the Roswell kind of age. It was like around that time.
Oh, the OG Roswell?
Yeah, the good one. Even though
I haven't tried this new one. It's
one of our friends, Charles, he's obsessed with it. I think I'm gonna get Charles to do an episode. I think we're gonna do Fear. The
that would be awesome. Yeah.
I'm gonna test it out with him on like pretty soon, which will be really exciting. But we're gonna do I was gonna say Kerr Smith was in that film. I think I'm gonna see if it's in the 90s. I'll look it up because if it is it The Forgotten? No, that's not it. It's like The Forsaken. Oh, it's in 2001. So it's just beat the maybe there'll be a bonus. Who knows? I'll put that in the bank.
I was gonna say just let it slide.
Oh, Simon Rex is in this movie? Okay, I have to watch this.
Really?
Okay, I have to find it. It's like nowhere. I'm gonna have to like rent it or something.
Was this in the theater?
I don't know. A young man gets embroiled in a war against vampires. Wow.
Huh. Wait, that's the summary?
Yeah, that's the summary. Yeah, Kerr Smith and Brendan Farr.
Sorry, they're like, it was just so short.
yeah, that's literally it. Okay, we're gonna have to find that and do that as like a funny because I feel like it's gonna be kind of like cheesy. It looks very like first Jeepers Creepers, which was actually scary. The first one was actually like really fucking terrifying. But I thought, I don't know if you thought. Did you think? No. See, you like.
I mean, yeah. I mean, yes and no. It was definitely a lot better than the other ones.
Oh yeah, they made like 3, right?
They made So there's 4 of them. Yeah.
Fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah.
The Purge TV show is pretty good.
That's what you told me because I only saw the first season. I didn't know there was a second one.
Dude, the second season I started watching like I think I got to like halfway and then they moved the time or something like out on TV and I like lost it, but I have to watch. I'll like sign in to whatever the fuck and like watch it again. But it was cool because the other one, the first season was like during the Purge, which is usually like when the movies are. It's like during the Purge. But the second season literally started like 5 minutes before the Purge ends. So you get to see like how society deals with like having those rules implemented and like the cleanup essentially.
Oh wow.
And all the crazy conspiracy shit that still happens like within this new society. It's really cool because some people like try to rob things like still and you kind of like figure things out. It's kind of cool, but it's worth it. It's worth seeing. They kind of investigate.
I'll definitely check those out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I gotta finish the Strain. Now I gotta finish the Purge.
Yeah,
some stuff to watch.
You got stuff to watch. Yeah, I feel like I tell people to watch all this stuff, and there's still a lot of stuff that I should probably watch less and like read more and like.
Oh, I know. But we could all do like more things than watching TV.
That's true. Yeah, and music I already touched on that. It had some good ones, but not as good as Scream.
I'll run through it if you don't mind. If
Yeah,
for a little
do
bit.
it.
You talked about "Hush" by Kula Shaker. That's amazing. "Summer Breeze" covered by Type of Negative. They have The Offspring on there. Soul Asylum. Toad, is it Toady or Toad the Wet Sprocket?
Oh, Toad the
Um,
Wet Sprocket. Yeah.
I love the song "My Baby's Got the Strangest Ways" by Southern Culture on the Skids. I
That's the name
don't.
of the band.
Yeah,
Oh, weird.
I want to look up this band just to
Just to see what they're
hear.
doing now.
Yeah, I've never heard of them. And then of course like Our Lady Peace, who's on
Oh, so good.
like I said. I mean, you've got your soundtrack like go tos. Like I feel like Our Lady Peace is on everything. Like The Craft. I think
Oh
it was like
yeah,
on Urban Legends at some the movie Urban Legends. I don't know. You have Korn. You have Hoover Phonic with 2 Wiki.
oh, God, soundtracks were so good.
Soundtracks were amazing. Like
Yeah,
they don't do anything for soundtracks these days.
yeah,
I
they
don't.
don't at all, do they?
Mm-mm,
Not
not
really.
really. You've got like your title song, and that's maybe it.
Yeah, because they have songs in the movies, but it's never like songs that were like deep cuts that were made like specifically for the film or like that were chosen for a film. Now it's like everybody hears everything already.
Mm-hmm. And
They're
then
just
like,
like, yeah, it's nothing new. It's always like the same stuff.
yeah, and even if like the movie was bad, the soundtrack back in the day was amazing.
Yeah, what could be great.
Yeah, and that's what would save the movie.
Kind of, yeah. I was gonna
Yeah.
say this isn't in any way saving anything because the soundtrack's amazing, but like The Crow, that soundtrack was amazing, and also the Romeo and Juliet one was fucking massive,
Oh yeah,
and so
and they made
that,
two different
yeah,
CDs.
and so much of that the one for Romeo and Juliet was like unknown artists.
Mm.
Like yeah, it has Garbage and it has like Everclear, but a lot of the people are like really random people, and like Radiohead's on it too. But a lot of them are just great songs that were in the film that like got big because of the movie, and now it's like that doesn't happen
Mm-hmm.
anymore. It sucks.
But you want to get into the fashion?
Yeah. Let me hear it.
I just said totally 90s. I said the hourglass. I don't know what you call them. The hourglass like women's tops were in. With
Yeah.
like the big neck. Um,
Hmm.
those were like on like I feel like all the extras
Yeah, I
in
know,
the
but they
movie
were
too.
so 90s.
For the boys, it was a lot of like khakis with sweaters, especially with like Barry's character.
Hmm.
With the blonde hair and everything, very in sync. You know. I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, the hair
Good,
and like the tank top.
comparison. Yeah.
Tank top under the flannel.
The one piece bathing suits in the beginning.
Oh
That was
yeah,
like
you're
all the rage with the big hair and everything.
right. Mhm.
What did I say? I don't know what they're called. Because you know fashion more than I do, but like, are they called pencil skirts? A lot of the skirts that
Yeah,
Julie was wearing.
Julie. No, Julie has pants on.
No, but there's like a
Oh,
few
in the
scenes where she's
beginning.
wearing
Yeah,
skirts.
she does. She has the long. Yeah, she does have a long. It is like a long pencil skirt, I guess, but it's not as tight as a pencil.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
little bit wider, but it's not. I know what you're talking about. It's very 90s. It's like it has that very like straight. I have a skirt like that now. It's like a jersey. It's like a jersey fabric.
Yeah, yeah.
And it always has like layered. Like she had that like see-through shirt that had, or like a see-through shirt that was like over, almost like what Cher had in Clueless, when she
It's
has
like
it over that.
it's like a thin sweater shirt thing
Sure, yeah. And then she has like something like a camisole
with
top,
like
like
the long sleeves that always would go over like the fingers, but not all.
yeah.
I don't. Yeah. And then I said something about like I don't know what it's called, but the sassy black roommate, as you call her.
Oh my God, yeah, she is.
She had this like outfit that looked like very romper esque, and I
Oh
felt
yeah,
like,
she
but it was
did.
like a shirt on top, but it was like under whatever the main outfit was. I felt like a lot of girls back then, or to
Totally
me,
wear that.
wore that.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
so
know what you would
true.
call that because I didn't see the entire thing, but
Yeah, because she literally was in like half a second. Why is the black person always the sassy roommate? Unless she's Brandy and famous in this next one.
yeah, right.
Or like that's the only reason why. They couldn't get another actress.
um,
Salty about that. I mean, at least Jada Pinkett was in the beginning of Scream too.
I
And
love
she had another epic kind of like Drew Barrymore
it.
type death because
Oh
her
yeah,
death was yeah. I mean, and her was it not Mekhi Phifer? Who was in the? Is it Omar?
Omar Epps. Yeah,
Epps, right? Yeah, who was with her in the first and the second
yeah,
Scream.
yeah. It was
Yeah,
a boyfriend girlfriend situation.
yeah, that
And
was
then they,
scary in
huh?
the theater.
Oh god, it was
That was so
like
fucking
she went
scary.
right up to the theater so everyone could see her, and then
And they all thought it was part of the thing, like
mhm.
until they realized it wasn't. Okay, we're not talking about Scream 2. Like,
um,
wait,
but
we're talking about
the rest of the item, I just had tank tops and arm jewelry.
yeah.
Yeah, so that was a lot.
I
Anyway,
like Sarah Michelle Gellar's outfit where it's the one where they're all together and I think Julie's just found Max's body in the trunk
mhm.
and she like calls them there and Sarah Michelle Gellar's wearing like this hat, this like black hat. She has
Oh, the
like
little like po' boy,
yeah,
po'
and then
boy
she has
hat.
like
Yeah.
a little like not aqua like purple like half shirt kind of thing. It looks like a workout top and like leggings and like a shirt tied around her waist and like a mini backpack.
Hmm.
It's like really cute. I like the outfit a lot. And then Julie has on like brown pants. And like brown and sky blue was a huge combination like
Oh
in
yeah.
that time. Because I remember I had something that was sky blue and brown, and like that's what Julie is wearing in that scene. She has like the brown. And I think throughout the rest of the movie, from that point on, she's wearing like the same outfit. She has like the brown pants and like the sky blue like top, bra, camisole, shirt thing that she's got
Hmm.
going on, which is really cool. I like it. Do you have any more? You want to get to favorite scenes?
We could do favorite things. I mean, I don't
Yeah, what
really
else do
have.
you have?
I liked as eerie as it was. I liked the whole Anne Heche and the girl scene. Um,
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. That's one of your three?
I didn't really have three.
Oh, you didn't? Oh yeah. What are
Oh,
the?
I'm sorry. No,
Okay.
that was really it. And then the grabbing of the crowd.
Oh yeah, okay, those are pretty good. I have three. Well, mine are things I already talked about. The
Yeah,
car crash in the beginning, I kind of
yeah, I
love.
did like that though.
I
Yeah.
just really love the way it like the whole thing is shot and how they're like he's like turn off this stupid music and then he puts on like woo and then he's like
Hmm.
just like they're just very dumb and stupid and I like the way the whole thing unfolds. Like I really like how the drama is like pretty. I think it's only like 10 or 11 minutes into the film like already this thing happens and they're like what do we do and they're like trying to figure it out and I'm like wow you guys are all garbage. I can't believe no one is just like calling 911 right now like
Right.
while everyone's fighting like while
It's
everyone's
so
fighting
simple.
like call 911. You guys did not mean to do it. He's like, they're never gonna believe I wasn't drinking. I was like, this guy's rich. Like, I'm pretty sure if he said he wasn't driving, like, and you're driving and you're completely sober, Ray, just take a breathalyzer. You'll be fine. Like, they can tell by his height, and all that shit. Like, they would have been fine. Like, they probably would have been fine. They did it by accident. You know what I mean? Like, they
Yeah.
didn't like purposely try to hit him. So, and then, oh, we didn't even talk about this. Barry, aka Ryan Philippe, in the gym is one of my favorite
So
things.
hot.
Like, I was like, oh, thank you, Kevin Williamson. Thank you.
Thank you
Like,
so much for that.
thank you
There
for
needs to
being
be
like
more scenes
Ryan.
with that.
Yeah, thank you for being like the Ryan Murphy of like the late 90s, where Ryan Murphy's just like, oh, I know what you want. You want to see the men. I'm gonna give you the men.
Right.
I'm gonna give you the men's all day, and like Ryan Philippe is the only one who could pull that off because Freddie Prinze Jr. is just too nice. Like he's just
He
very much like a nice guy. Ryan Philippe is that dick who's like, I'm hot,
right.
whatever. I,
He's like, I'll just flex my neck and
yeah, I feel like they didn't even have to talk him into that scene. They're like, so Ryan, we kind of need you. And he's like, yeah, working
like,
out,
oh, yeah.
taking a shower, sure.
He's like, I'll gladly do it.
Yeah, I'll gladly do it. So like, thank you for that scene. And then also just Helen's whole scene, I love. Like her whole chase scene
I do.
from like after she like sees Barry get killed, and then like that whole thing. The intensity, and then it has that famous shot of him like walking around that corner.
Well,
You
it's so
know,
funny that you mentioned that. Because it's mostly like blacked out, like you can only see their silhouettes, right?
Mhm,
So like,
yeah,
you see Sarah running around the corner down the alley, and then he comes around the corner, and
walking.
you see his shadow. It's very reminiscent of Freddy Krueger, the
Oh,
very first movie. Yeah,
oh wow, that's cool. I
that
didn't
was.
know that.
I don't know if that was like intentional or not, but it was really cool.
I'm sure they all like pay homage to all those guys that they grew up.
That's what I would do. I mean, shit.
Yeah, like Jason and Freddy and
Yeah.
Michael Myers. like all that whole vibe. But yeah, those are my scenes. So like, yeah, that's it. Wait, so what are your would you rather's? I don't know if my fuck Mary kills are any good. I mean, there are only
Um,
like a few guys
okay,
in this movie.
well, so I have more of like an if, not would you rather.
What is yours?
If that's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
The first one I had was, what awful person would you save during this movie? Ryan Phillippe or Michelle Gellar? Because those out of the four, I think, were the two more awful people.
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
awful people. Um,
Hmm.
so would it rather be Ryan or Michelle?
Oh, okay. This is like their character. So it's like either
Yeah,
Barry or Helen.
or Helen? Yeah,
I think definitely Helen.
definitely Helen. Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
then
I feel like Barry is just a dick. Like he doesn't have another layer or dimension within Barry. There's nothing there I would want to save, and it seemed like I know that in the beginning, Sarah Michelle Gellar, like Helen, she's talking to Barry on the beach, you know, when they're like, right before the accident, and they're like on that beach at night. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to be this famous soap actor. You're going to be a quarterback for like whatever, some football thing. Then the fact that he's like back home, it kind of makes it look like he didn't make a football team. Like it seems, but it is in the summer, so I don't know. But the way that like Barry's attitude is, it seems like he's really like sad, like salty about something, like
very
that he either like didn't make the team, and he's like, because he's very like, what are you guys doing here? And the fact that he like isn't with Helen anymore, like when they come back a year later, he's very like, what do you want? Like he's not even compassionate with her at all. Like he does not even like civil with her.
like, I didn't get the gay role that I wanted to. No, I don't know.
Yeah, like I don't know what his deal is. Like he just is really like salty about something,
I don't
and
have
I
as
just
many shirtless scenes as I thought I would.
I know maybe he's like we didn't have a fucking sex scene. What the hell? I'm pissed. You know, I was like ready for this, and then Freddie Prinze Jr. is like, no, I'm shutting that shit down. You're not doing that scene with her. This is all you get. You get this beach thing.
I didn't get to beat up Johnny Galecki.
I know, right? Yeah, that's right. He was like about to beat him up. So definitely Helen. Who would you save?
I would say Helen, just because
I was
like
gonna say, would you save
she'd
Ryan
probably like
Phillippe
help
for
kick ass later.
reasons?
Huh?
Or would you save Ryan Phillippe for other reasons? Like that would be my kind of answer. Would be like
Oh, for like
ideally,
maybe.
the ideal like for like physical reasons, I would definitely save Ryan Phillippe. But as like a person in humanity, I would definitely
I
save.
wouldn't, like I wouldn't want to be his friend. I'd want to be more Helen's friend than anything.
Oh, totally.
You know.
Yeah.
And then
Totally.
the other one that I had was, if you had the knowledge that you were going to be the final girl, and you knew
Mhm.
that this was going to happen two more times later, would you die the first time? Yeah, would you die the first time? Like, because there's three, there's a trilogy,
Mhm.
and if you didn't get it the first time, and you
You're
knew that
gonna
it
get
was
it
going to
second.
keep happening, would you die the first time
Oh, instead of like waiting
instead of
and
waiting?
like
Yeah,
waiting. Uh Yeah, if I knew that
like
no
that's
matter what I did was gonna help me, like it doesn't even matter if I like came up with another plan for the second time because the second time's definitely gonna kill me too,
mhm.
then yeah, I guess the first time. Why would you want to stay alive longer? Would you want to stay alive longer
Well,
just
I
to
mean,
see what would happen?
I guess it would depend on the situation.
I guess.
I don't know, or like we talked about it earlier. Like, just call 911. Don't like put yourself at risk.
Oh yeah, that's true. But if I'm gonna
Don't
still
become the
die,
victim.
yeah, but if I'm gonna still die, oh, what would I do differently?
Yeah,
I definitely would have called 911. And then the second one, I don't know, like, what do you do if you're like, oh shit, this is gonna keep happening? Should I report it now? Because now I need protection because this shit's happening again.
right.
So like, would I
Get
ever?
better friends.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm sure Brandy didn't know about this though in the first one though, or the
That's
second
true.
one,
No,
right? She was like, "What the hell's going on?"
right.
And they were like, "We're just here to get her, but we're gonna kill all of you." Like, I was like, "Okay." And wait, was Freddie Prince Jr. in the second one?
Very little bit in the beginning. I think.
Yeah, but did he come to that island? I don't know. God, we're not gonna get sucked into doing
Yeah,
it.
I
We're just
gotta.
gonna end up watching it just for plot questions.
I'm gonna probably end up watching it this week just
Yeah,
because.
I was like, just plot questions. Like, I want to know like what else happened in the story. But they're all trash people at the end of the day. They totally did it hit and run. And
If you take away anything from this podcast, people, they're all trash
they're
people.
all garbage. They're all
Hashtag
trash,
hashtag trash people.
trash people. So bad.
No, but all in
Yeah.
all, I probably give this like a
Yeah.
7.
What's your rating? Oh, 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
What do you give Scream?
Oh, 10s across the board.
Oh, is that a 10?
Oh,
10s
God.
across the
10s across the board.
Um, oh yeah, this one is definitely like okay. This one I have on DVD. I do not have Scream on DVD, so that probably says
We can't be friends.
that probably says something maybe about the fact that I like this movie because I really like the cast a lot.
I love the cast. I mean, like,
Yeah,
there were such a all of these '90s actors and actresses. They were such hot commodities, and
yeah,
with the help of Kevin Williamson and a few other people, they kept regurgitating them. So they got more and more famous over the
yeah.
years.
Cruel Intentions, fucking Rules of Attraction. Like that's another
Oh yeah,
good one.
I love
That
that.
one's in 2001, but
Did
like
you take me to go see that one?
maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
That one's so good. I think it's like '01 or maybe it could be later, but we're actually going to do Can't Hardly Wait, which I'm really excited about.
Okay.
We were going to do that, but then we figured since this was 4th of July and that's when this takes place, then and that's when this whole thing went down, then that's why we would do it today. So I guess I'll put it up probably tomorrow morning, I guess. But yeah, it's still the same timeline.
And if
So
you haven't
yeah,
seen this movie, go see it. Don't.
why were you listening to this? You probably should just go. I mean, not that you'd figure out who the killer was, because I don't even know who the fuck he was either. So it's not like we're really gonna ruin anything. It's not like Scream, where it's like obvious, like we would be ruining it. But this one's so complex and weird that you would just have to watch the movie to figure out who really did it.
Yeah.
Because you're like, well, it's not really this guy, and he kind of has a reason. Like, it's not like he's doing this shit for fun. I mean, he kind of is, but they like left him for dead. So I mean, he's kind of got a grudge here.
I mean, what was it like the killer at the end? He's like next time you want to get rid of a body, make sure they're dead.
Yeah, yeah, like wow,
Amateurs.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, wow, maybe he's just been always this crazy. Like, totally, you just happen to hit the wrong motherfucker. So it's just kind of nuts, but yeah, man, we're at the end of the show. Thanks for listening. And
Thank you again for having me. This is totally uber fun.
Super fun. And we're gonna see you on the next one.
All right. Have a good one. Have a good 4th.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.